name is Madleen, so please subscribe. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about some celebrities I met in my life. Well, when I moved to Los Angeles in the early 80s, we bought the house of Elizabeth Taylor. That was the house she owned when she was married to Michael Wilding, the actor. And she had 2 children with him. It was an incredible house. It was amazing. It even had a bomb shelter under the parking lot. I mean, huge things with bunk beds, a kitchen. I mean, it was crazy. And one day, by the way, when I been in the house for about a month, I walk next to the wall in my bedroom, and there is a carpet, and suddenly I just stepped on something, and the whole wall opens up. Oh my God, I said, this cannot be true. The whole wall, and it opens up to the living room. So, she used to do her entrances from her bedroom to the living room through that access. Because when we bought the house, it was the same gardener. He was a very old Japanese gardener, and he had all kinds of stories to tell me. That was one story that was pretty funny. Well, I was very good friends with the Carradine brothers, David. He was all the time in my house, and we had some crazy times. And he loved to play the piano and the guitar, especially the guitar. And we would have nights, non-stop music all night long. I mean, incredible. Then someone who I dearly love was Sidney Poitier and his very dear friend Quincy Jones came for dinner, and we had such an incredible dinner together. We discussed, he's an amazing man, Sidney, and so is Quincy. They've been friends for a long, long time.
I love you.
But there is one person who became really a close friend. That is Tony Curtis. I've got stories to tell you about him. One day, I was doing a picture session with People magazine, and Tony was supposed to come and spend some time in my house because he was due to have a facelift, he had decided. So I said, well, you come and stay with us. We'll take care of you, and you can bring, the nurse. And there was these bay windows, so here I am, and we had this door, like James Bond's doors, that opens through where the pool is, and you can see, and there is a stretcher, and an ambulance and a stretcher arriving with a white blanket. No, you can see nothing, right? If they only knew who was lying under that white sheet. My God, I said, that I knew it was Tony. So I said, oh, this is too much. And Tony, he wouldn't obey this nurse. He was running around with his bandages, and I mean, it was just hilarious. And then at night, he would read Freud to me. And I mean, he was a handful, but an incredible man. Once he threw a ring in the pool. He said, "Marry me, but first you have to dive for it." It was like, okay, I dove. I did jump in and I did dive for it. It was a little plastic ring, you know. Funny. But and he loved my socks. I could never find my socks. I was, oh no, matching socks. He was after my socks all the time. Well, I also met his ex-wife, Janet Lee, because I was engaged to a very powerful American businessman with a lot of money. And we always had dinners with senators and so on. But you know what? I was never impressed by people. You know, I'm not like that. You see, we would take his private jet and we would go for the day to San Francisco, or we would go to New York or whatever. But you know, for me, it was more important. It's more important the person, the love, you know, not all the material stuff. But you know, I had some incredible things. I mean, I met some incredible people. I could go on with a long list of people. But you know, I am not so easily, how do you say, impressed. I also did noblemen. For example, Alfonso the Caddis. Him and I, he was one of my lover, and we were very serious. Duke de Caddis, he's the cousin of the King of Spain. But he sadly passed away in a skiing accident in America. So I have met all kinds of people. There is a French singer, her name is Barbara. She never go anywhere. She was very close to Jacques Brel, who is also an incredible French artist. But she also came and stayed with me in my house in Los Angeles. And MICHAELE Sardu, for the people who know European artists, he was the biggest artist, and there are some crazy stories with him as well. And then, in fact, there are some stories here in my memoir about, you know, things that happen and things, you know, gosh. But it's, yeah, very interesting stuff. So, but I'm more look for in a person. For me, it's more important the character of the person than to date somebody who is famous or incredibly rich like this man. In fact, he is today he became one of the top 10 richest men in America. But you see, I am more attracted to people who gives me joy, kindness, love. Love is so important for me. And to be able to share and to like the same things. And But sometimes you can be lucky and you can have both. Well, happens to be a famous person or a very rich person. But first, I'm going for the heart of the person, of the human, the man. And then it will grow. But like I say, you know, in life, money always helps, right? And it's always easier to live life when you have money, but sometimes you don't need to have tons of it. You don't need tons of it. To have a comfortable life, that you have a peaceful mind, that you live nice, and that you can afford things that you would like to do. And it's more important because when you are with people who has a lot of power, they are on a power trip. And even it's very hard also to date someone who is in the same business as yourself. I've always been going more outside the box because it's very competitive to have two crazy people in a household, two artists. So I'm looking for someone a little bit more grounded because that gives it a more peaceful environment. But not everybody is crazy, every artist or actor or singer. So, God bless you all and lots of kisses on